What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a spicy episode 23, and we're recording on Wednesday, January 16th, 2019. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we have Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And everyone's favorite, Anita.
Okay. Hi.
And I mentioned it last week, but we kind of switched up the format. We don't really have main topics anymore, but we're definitely going to cover the news and the songs in a lot more depth. And as we said last week, we kind of ran out of topics. Sorry about that, but this is what's gonna have to happen. And you could always leave us feedback on how we're doing and suggestions at SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com, or you could just comment in the YouTube comment section. All right, but before we start, I'm going to make a personal statement on the #RespectLisa movement that's going on recently. So for a bit of background information, if you're not that informed, is that racist remarks against Lisa and South Asians in general were made after the Golden Disc red carpets, specifically talking about her looks and about Southeast Asians in general. Now, I'm going to give my opinion on this topic, and for one, I think it's really unfortunate that in today's society, the voices of the few often overshadow the opinions of the wide majority. And I say that this is one of those types of events, but it does open the door for a broader discussion. Now, we started this podcast as a way to share K-pop and Korean culture, something that's very special to us, with all of you listening. While there's definitely some historical context for the remnant xenophobia and racism that lingers in Korean society, personally, I think it's unacceptable. And it does embarrass me as a Korean. I personally feel that each of us has a right to enjoy K-pop and Korean culture, whether as a fan or even as an active participant in the industry. And I would hope that everyone would be judged on their own merits instead of just where they're from or who they are. Now, while the incident with Lisa at the Golden Disc Awards is truly unfortunate, it does present an opportunity for discussion. And oftentimes, the first step to change is identifying and acknowledging the problem at hand. And with that, I'd like to say #RespectLisa, #respect Southeast Asians, and #respect everyone. All right. So those are my 2 cents.
If you're one of those people, online that are like shitting on her for her looks or because of her race, don't be that guy. Don't be that one guy. Come on, you know better. Come on.
Here's the thing. Right, I saw the pictures of her on the red carpet. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful.
She was fine. I was like, what's going on?
That's why I was so confused as to why there was that kind of progression. I was like, she looks great. Like, what is there to even discuss about this? But people will be stupid. But I do think it's an opportunity to talk about it because there is definitely sometimes differing opinions about non-Koreans in the industry.
The internet, especially netizens, tend to be very politically extreme to one side. They tend to be like that. So please don't think all Koreans are like this. This is kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Like, please don't, yeah.
All right, but I figured we'd get that out of the way because I think it's very objective what's right and wrong in that scenario. But the rest of our podcast is pretty subjective, so let's get into it. All right. So first, we're gonna cover our big new releases. Last week we talked about the ONEUS song Valkyrie and the VERIVERI songs Ring 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 and how we weren't gonna cover them last week because we were so busy, but we will definitely cover them this week for y'all because we definitely have some time this week. And then additionally on January 14th, this Monday, 여자친구 came back, also known as Girlfriend, with Sunrise. Yesterday, ATEEZ came back with, they came back with Say My Name. And then today, on Wednesday, January 16th, Astro came back with All Night. But the first thing, let's talk about ONEUS and VERIVERI.
Low-key, I thought since they were on the list last week, we're not going to talk about it this week.
Oh, no, it's fine. Anita and I have a lot of things to say about those songs.
Oh, all right, shit. Let's go.
My first thing, I am completely surprised at how good both of these groups are coming out of the gate.
Yes. Agreed.
Now, I personally prefer ONEUS's Valkyrie. I know Anita prefers VERIVERI's Ring Ring Ring, but I think we can objectively say both are really good songs.
Yeah, they're both great.
Now, I know some of the kids in ONEUS from Produce, especially Gunhee. He was pretty big on Produce Season 2. And they're coming from RBW, which is the same company as Mamamoo. So now RBW has a girl group and a guy group going on. So that's interesting for one. Man, I just can't get the chorus out of my head. Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Valkyrie. But Anita, why do you like Ring Ring Ring?
Well, I'm a sucker for like 90s retro sounds, and the song Ring Ring Ring, it's just really good. It sounds very 90s. The video is really bright, really happy. I guess in general the members are really young. The oldest is, I think, is 95. So it just has a
Goddamn.
very fresh feeling to it. And I don't know, I think a lot of debut guy groups have been doing a lot of like really hard hitting stuff, and it's great, but sometimes you need a little variety, and I think the song really stood out because of that.
I was going to say the same thing, that they definitely want a different approach, because like I would say the ONEUS song and also the ATEEZ song are somewhat in the same lane
Yeah.
as like
I
the
can see
aggressive
that.
kind of hip hoppy more feel like that. But Ring 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 is definitely stands by itself, and I think that's definitely good. And we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on these rookie groups going forward.
Yes.
Because combined also with ATEEZ, like you know how last year we were worried about like underperforming girl groups disappearing. It seems
Yeah.
like this year's the same exact thing, but with guy groups. So if
A
you're like
lot of competition.
a mid-tier guy group, you better watch out this year.
Yep.
See, hearing just those two things, I'm really tempted to just go listen to Ring 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 right now, right? Because like
Please. It's great.
there's so many
Listen
of
to
the same
both,
songs
but-
out there, but yeah,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, there's like so many of the same songs out there, and like if they're doing something different, I'm like, shit, I want to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And for reference, ONEUS' Valkyrie already has 2.2 million views.
oh my god,
in a week.
Yeah. They're both doing
And then Very Very has 2.1 million.
Yeah.
So they doing really well for rookie group.
they sound like competitors, like rivals from the.
They're
get-go.
friends.
All right.
I mean, it's interesting that they chose to debut them on the same day, right? That's for one thing, is pretty
I
interesting.
think
but
I think I don't know if it's confirmed, but some members of each group know each other, so I think they
Ooh.
could actually be friends.
I mean, just because they know each other doesn't mean they're friends, Anita.
oh snap!
Like.
Let's not start any fan wars yet, though. Come on.
No.
All right.
All right, let's move on to a topic that Warren probably has a lot to talk about. So this is GFriend 여자친구's Sunrise.
Oh, I actually don't have much to say. It was okay. I liked
It
it.
was
What?
It was okay. I liked it better than their like stuff before, which I
was
felt
going
like
to
was,
say
like,
that too.
Yep.
Judging them based on 2018, this is definitely back in the right direction. I mean,
It sets an idea for what they need to do from here on. Like,
now the interesting thing I would say about this song compared to other, at least the famous GFriend songs, is not as much of the dancing focus.
Yeah.
The-
about that.
What is the word in Korean? Kalmuchum, right? Is that the
Kalgunmu.
word? That's it. Which means like dances that are as sharp as a knife, right? Where you're all together and synced up. Now, this song was definitely vocal heavy, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say also, like, I think that Yuju as a vocalist is one of the most underrated female vocalists, right?
yeah, pretty much. I would say from the current generation, she's like the best. I would say. Like,
Her vocal quality, I would say, in terms of like other kids around her age, I would say her and Wendy, I think, are the two best in terms of pure vocals. But she hard carried this song, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. Like, my bias meter is shifting from Eunha to Yuju right now.
yo, I've been on the
Oh.
user train for the whole time. Come on.
I know you
Wow.
have.
Yo, and you guys were like, why do you like YouTube? Why do you like YouTube? I was like, this is.
Why
this
not?
is
I
why.
see it. She's great.
Oh.
I mean, she was always my second favorite. It's just I thought like it's now talent is trumping my like the cuteness of Eunha right now. I don't know.
Here's what I do think though. I still feel like it's in the right direction. Is it gonna be enough to like push them like back into like the cycle of things? I'm not like totally sure.
I do think that they're going to need to take some more risks
Yeah.
going forward. But that being said, Time for the Moonlight from last year did win 10 awards. So
Wait.
There you
it
go.
did. I looked it up.
had
It
no
won
idea.
10 shows. That was before we started this podcast, but
And Cosmic
I'll-
Girls
it
won
just-
nothing. Oh my god.
they might be doing okay, but on like a feeling, it felt like they had a very down year last year.
Hmm.
I kind of feels that way because like compared to what before, like right, like
Yeah,
up until their first full album and they started dropping with Fingertip, like they had like such a great like,
dude, Me Gustas too.
Momentum.
oh my
Woo.
god.
That was peak
Yeah.
time.
All right, but let's move on to the next song. So this is ATEEZ from KQ Entertainment. They came back with "Say My Name," and KQ Entertainment is
I'll say
is
your
pretty
name.
much, it's like a Seven Seasons subsidiary, something like that. They're all kind of related, and Seven Seasons is the agency that manages Block B, so they're somewhat related to them.
Okay.
Anita, what do you think of this?
Well, I knew about ATEEZ a while back before they were even announced as a group, like ATEEZ as a group, because they had a dance choreo video out. And they were really good, and I know that video got pretty popular. I saw their debut, but it didn't catch me that much. I think
Was
I
it
don't
that was
remember
the
title.
pirate theme thing, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Treasure. Oh my god.
Yeah, it
Treasure.
was
Yeah.
interesting. I feel like I like this one more than their debut. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what else they got.
It felt like kind of Monster XE.
It felt
Like
like
that kind of.
it felt like Monster X and Block B just like had
Yeah.
birth, like like and dropped the kid, and that's
Yeah,
ATEEZ.
I can't blame them because that's what's working right now in terms
Mhm.
of what's doing well.
At the
And
same
honestly,
time,
I thought this was okay.
at the same time though, I thought it was okay, but at the same time, I felt like it was a little like too much. Like I was watching the video and I was like, but damn, this is very edgy. Like
Is it sort of like how I felt with Stray Kids for the early half of the year?
maybe yeah.
Maybe where they're trying too hard too fast.
Yeah, if you look at their like promo art, I mean not promo art, but like promo graphics and like photos, right? They have like photos where they're like in like black and white with like black face masks and like they're like wearing like black suits and like like stuff like that. And it's kind of like it's kind of too edgy for me. It's like it's getting to a point where it's getting a little like your concepts are too much, like like you know what I mean? Like
Too much too soon.
not yeah. I don't know.
But I definitely think it's a good idea. I think it's interesting that ATEEZ, ONEUS, very, they all like debuted within the first 2 weeks of the year, and we're getting that new big hit group, which we'll talk about later. Like that's already a lot of pretty prominent
There's a lot going
rookie guy
on.
groups coming out already. It's just like damn, they just front loading the year with this, and I think it's gonna be hella competitive to break into the upper tiers.
Sucks if you're a guy group. Good luck.
Let's move into one of those groups that might be in a little bit of trouble.
No.
Astro with All Night coming out of Fantagio.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make a hot take here.
Oh shit, here we go.
I think out of the 4 guy group songs this week, this was the weakest. That's just, I don't think it sucks per se. I just thought the other 3 were a little bit better. Astro's in a really weird position because like they have such an imbalance of popularity in that group
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I think it's hindering them at this point. It seems like though this is a Fantagio type of thing because they have the same exact thing in their girl group, Wiki Makey.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're starting to solve it with Wiki Mickey, right? Like,
I
they're-
guess.
they're starting to put Kim Sejong sorry, not Kim Sejong, but Cheo-jung and Kim Do-yeon towards the back more a little bit.
I don't know because I think they kind of gave up on Yoo-jung and pushed Do-yeon even further.
Okay, never
was
mind.
my
That's kind of true. Never mind. I take it
And
back.
I would say Fantagio has a history of this because even if we go back to Hello Venus, everyone only knew Nara from
That's
that group.
true.
So I don't know. I don't know why that's their like go-to type of thing to do, but I think with Astro, it's like one of the worst hard carrying situations I've ever seen in a K-pop group,
What do you mean?
where like literally everyone only knows one kid.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list of members right now. I've never heard of any of these people except Uno.
Moonbin has been on some shows.
Yeah, but if you asked like anyone in Korea to name a member of Astro, they would only know Chaeun.
In all honesty, I didn't know Taonu was Astro until like Taonu was on Knowing Bros a couple weeks ago.
I believe in them.
They have decent sales.
Yeah,
but they're pretty young still because they only came out in 2016. But at the same time, with all these other younger groups coming up, they gotta go harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do think, right? I do understand why you think the song is the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't seen the ONEUS song and the VERIVERI song, right? But I do feel like it was more of a different take on a similar genre, and that's why I don't think it was weak per se. That's why I was kind of quiet for a second.
That's true, because it's just the type of song too.
Right. Because like this is kind of like the flowery boy kind of thing, where like we're gonna walk around in oversized white shirts around the flowers, and like we're gonna lie around and like.
I want to make one more comment on music videos.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like the ATEEZ song and the Astro song both took a little bit from NCT's the 7th
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
and Pitam Numul, that type of vibes.
Yeah.
They both like the how do I describe this? Like marble, right? Marble rooms.
Hall.
They both of those videos have people in boxes like NCT's.
Yeah.
The 7 Cents too, right?
Yeah.
It's the what's it called? The guy who makes the music videos. They like do such a great job, and now everyone's just copying off of them. What's their name? VM Project Architecture.
I'm gonna make a NCT hot take right now too. I made it to Anita earlier.
What are you gonna say? Holy shit!
It's nothing crazy, but my opinion still is that the 7th Sense is still NCT's best song.
Oh, do I agree with that? Okay, here's the thing. It's my favorite song, but I don't think it's the greatest song.
What do you think it is? I mean, the other contenders for me are like Cherry Bomb, perhaps.
I'm thinking about somewhere. Okay, I'm thinking about Cherry Bomb right now, and I'm thinking about the one from Regular.
Also, Boss is good too. What am I saying? They got a lot of good songs.
Great.
No, I don't like Boss.
Limitless, Fire Truck was good.
Oh no, I didn't like Fire Truck and Limitless. Hard no for me.
Chewing Gum was good too. Oh, never mind. Maybe that wasn't as hot of a take as I thought. Man, they'd be killing it. All right, but those are all the new songs for this week. Please go and listen to them all. I would say, for me, I would say go listen to ONEUS and GFriend's song. Those are the ones I enjoyed the most.
I suggest VERIVERI and Astro.
My one suggestion is gonna be Astro. It's got a.
Damn. All right, we covered everything. All right, no love for ATEEZ then.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, no, I didn't like watching ATEEZ music video too much. It was like a little cringy, to be honest. I'm sorry, ATEEZ fans.
Why'd you sound so sad?
I don't know. I was watching it. I tried to like it because it's like the vibe I like, right? And I was like, guys, this is. I'm not a teenager anymore. Like I can't enjoy this properly. Like.
All right, but let's move on to our show winners now. So, the big winner this week was Chungha, who won on M Countdown, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo, with Gotta Go bringing the total up to 4. And Anita predicted that last week, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Additionally, winner won for Millions. They won their 6th award. So, and also for me, in retrospect, I do now like that song. So.
You do or you don't?
I like it.
Oh, okay.
It's catchy.
I'm surprised it's lasting this long, though, to be honest.
And then lastly, today, A-Pink won for their first award for that song. Little surprising to me, but it's good for them.
I'm sad.
All right, let's move on to the weekly iChart. So, of course, we pulled this chart from Instas, and we sorted by week instead of day, because I feel like day's a little bit too volatile, whereas the weekly chart is more, you get like an average of what everyone's actually feeling over the week. And then it's a composite of Melon, Genie, Bugged, Mnet, Naver, and Soribara, which are pretty much, it's like all the charts, essentially. But in first place, again this week, we have MC The Max with After You've Gone. In second place again, Gotta Go by Chungha. Third place, a new entry. It's the, how do I call it? It's the rendition of the G.O.D. song Road by IU, Henry, Jo Hyuna, and Yang Dael.
That's a thing.
Yes, and it's charting really well. In fourth place, we have 180 Degrees by Ben. Fifth place, Solo from Jenny. Sixth place, Ding from Jackie Y, Youngbi, Ocean Gum, and Han Yohan. Seventh place, Millions from Winner. 8th place, Sunrise from 여자친구, so they're doing well. 9th place,
yeah.
Fiance from Mino, and 10th place we have Shingyongjae from Haeun. All right, let's talk about some of these. Warren, I know you want to talk about Ding from Jackie Y, Youngbi, Ocean Gum, and Han Yohan.
Oh my god, I waited like ever since the song dropped and it hit #1 in Melon. I was like, I gotta talk about this on the podcast because this marks a new era, right? What's really special about this song personally is that it's not riding on the back of anyone really popular. It's not riding on the back of the popularity of Show Me the Money, and it somehow is doing really, really, really well on the charts. And that's kind of partly because they have like a YouTube reality show going on.
I watch it. It's hilarious.
Pretty fucking hilarious. But like I was like, shit, like for like just a hip hop song, like this is like not even kind of poppy. This is just pop. This is hip hop to like hit, just do really well on chart like this. I was like, I almost cried that day. I was like so happy.
Oh my god.
Okay, the standout I think is obviously it's Jackie Y.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Low-key, the song's not that good. Besides
For people
Jackie
who
Y.
don't know Jackie Y, Warren, give us like a TLDR on her.
TLDR, Jackie Y. She started emerging around 2015, through a couple rap competitions, and then she released a small EP near the end of last year, and then she signed. End of 2017, and then she signed on with Indigo Music, which is like a smaller part of Just Music, which is owned by Swings, and has other popular artists like Geary Boy, Ocean Gum, Youngbi, that kind of people.
Very interesting style. Like she could do the sing rapping and she could do the rapping from what
I honestly think she's like the best female rapper that's active at the moment.
Oh snap, that's a hot take.
Like
I kind of agree with you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like easily. Like if you listen to her other stuff too, like she released a full-length album last year. She was on the Indigo Music compilation album last year. Fucking solid. Everywhere she goes, fucking solid.
She's extremely talented for a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
She's 22?
She's 22.
Yep.
She's your age,
only
Anita.
she's a 96er like you, Anita.
Dang.
It's crazy.
And of course, y'all know Youngbi. You love him or hate him because he has that very distinctive style.
Yo,
So Ocean Gum, he was on Show Me the Money this year, but didn't do that well, right?
He was fighting between he made it to like the second or third round or something.
He's 19 though, so you got to give him some kind of slack on that. And then additionally, Han Yohan. Can I get a TLDR on him as well?
TLDR on Han Yohan. Han Yohan used to be a guitarist in a session. He's a session man in guitar. He plays guitar. If you watch the ATEEZ live from Dingo, featuring Zico, he's in the back playing guitar. He used to be really fat. He wanted to start music. He went to Swings. He was like, "Yo, I want to join your company." Swings was like, "I like you. Just come back to me when you lose all your weight." He lost all that weight like in 4 months, and then he started doing music. Great guy. Does lots of good music.
Yeah, if you look up his weight loss pictures, he looks hella different from then to now. But his rapping's interesting. I don't know if in a good way or a bad way. It's very distinct.
He does good music. I wouldn't say he's a good rapper or anything, but he does good music. It's very interesting. One more comment I really want to make though, that there's this one part in Ocean Gum's verse where he does "ga," that part. I fucking hate that part. Holy shit! Ruins the song for me.
I can't listen to it. I have to take my earbuds out.
You know what I mean, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
What is this shit?
This song's good overall, but there are a couple very cringy parts, I would say.
Low key, it's not really a great song. That's kind of why I was surprised it was doing so well.
I mean, I like it. I listen to it a lot.
It is like.
So other things, I'm a little surprised that I'm happily surprised that GFriend is at 8th place with Sunrise, which I think is great for them. I would say additionally, you should definitely go listen to God's Road, which is sang this time by IU, Henry, Jo Hyuna, Yang Dae. They're all. I would say the surprise entry is Henry because he's not really known purely as a strong vocalist.
True.
But he does work really well in this because he has like a boy group type of quality to his voice, whereas the other three are definitely like vocals, right?
Is it
so they
more
complement each other well.
Is this song like a ballad kind of song or like?
Yeah, it's a ballad.
Okay.
It's a ballad version of that song because God's Road is a pretty historic K-pop song in general. And then also, yo, shout out to our girl Chungha maintaining second
Yes.
place.
Holy shit.
Like
She's gonna
that's
get to number
surprising.
one.
She was
will.
trending at number one. It's just that like you know how the actual charts in Korea like ballads dominate. They're stronger. But a couple other things. Just Jenny Solo still sticking around. Songminho's fiance. That's impressive. Still being in 9th place after all this time. But I think that's it for the weekly chart. I would say go listen to Ding. I don't know. Maybe expand your palette, and then I would say go listen to God's Road, the original, and then go listen to this new version. All right, but let's move on to the big news and events from last week. The first one is the Big Hit Entertainment new boy group news/rumors/speculations.
Yeah.
All right, their name came out. They're calling them, I don't know how to pronounce it yet. I looked up I tried to find pronunciation, but no one's actually said it yet. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no interviews or any of that. But they are coming out. So what it is, it's the letters TXT. Now I don't know if that's TXT, text. I don't know what it is, right?
Gosh, if it's text, I'll laugh my ass off.
But they are expanding it to be Tomorrow X Together, right? So that's like the words, what they represent.
Apparently their Korean title is Tomorrow by Together.
Tomorrow by Together. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, so initially Big Hit had some kind of cryptic messages about their new boy group, and people found in the HTML of the website that there was like it said new boy group within the code. So that was the first thing. And then based on other stuff such as Big Hit opening up Twitter accounts and that kind of stuff, people kind of knew that this is it. It's happening, right? So then finally on January 11th, they admitted to that, yep, this is all for the new boy group. And they've released teasers for 2 of the members, but people are pretty sure of all of the members. And it seems like it's going to be a 5-member group.
Interesting.
Now let me go over the members. I can't be 100% sure this is exactly what the lineup's going to be, but this is what everyone thinks is going to happen. So the 5 members, their ages range from 1999 to 2002.
Wow.
They got the oldest, which is Yeonjun. The second oldest, Subin, who's going to be the leader. You have Bumgyu, who's going to be vocal and dance. Taehyun, who's the rapper, and Kai, who I'm pretty sure is from China, is the maknae, and he's also apparently the visual and the main vocal. But none of that really matters right now. I think what we should talk about though is like how we think this group's gonna do, considering the massive expectations placed on them.
Alright, Kai is apparently of American nationality. He was
really,
and he grew up in Korea. And he speaks Portugalese. Is that how I say it?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Sorry, I'm translating from Korean here. Portuguese, English, Chinese, and Korean very fluently.
Really? Because like the name I saw, the full name, it was like Huning Kai. So I thought it was a Chinese, like someone of Chinese descent.
Oh, apparently his father is American, mother is Korean.
Really? Mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mix. Okay, see, I did not know that. That's really interesting though.
The currently the officially confirmed member seems to be Kai, Subin, and Yeonjun.
Yep.
But I'm sure, like, you know.
Okay, so a couple things. It seems like everyone's reaction to this were 2 things. They're kind of hyped for it, but number 2, they're getting a lot of backlash because they're associated with BTS. I don't think any of that's really deserved at this point, but I do think the amount of pressure that this group's going to be under is like heavier than it's ever been for any group.
It's gonna be hard, like really hard.
Yeah, if they don't come out of the gates with an absolute banger, it's gonna because although this might be a little controversial, but I do feel that a lot of the bandwagon BTS fans, I'm not talking about like army people in army members who know the industry and know what's up, right? And are rational, but a lot of the casual BTS fans already don't like this new group. And they're already like popping up these like downvotes and hate comments and stuff. It's like, guys, they haven't even debuted yet. Relax.
Wait, why the hate? Why the hate? What's wrong?
I don't know. But at the same, it's like they hate stuff that's new because maybe they're afraid of resource allocation or something. I don't know.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like I was the older brother, right? I was like 5 years old. I was an older brother. I got all my parents' love. And then suddenly my parents came back home one day with a little kid, and I started hating the little kid.
I guess
kind of what it sounds like.
that's definitely what it feels like, and I think a lot of it's immature and short-sighted at the moment. But I hope they do well, because the worst thing would be is if they flop real hard, because Jesus, that would be a fiasco.
I
Not
bet
a
they
fiasco,
won't.
a fiesta. It would be a fiesta.
You're a mess.
I bet you though that Big Hit, they're smart enough. They'll
Yeah,
give
they
them an absolute
calculated
banger.
things.
They
And also,
got so much money. There's no way they're gonna.
there was an
flop.
award show this weekend, Seoul Music Awards, and BTS shout out the new group in their acceptance speech for this.
Yeah,
Already?
that's so
Wow.
nice.
Exactly.
See,
So-
if you're a BTS fan that's hating on TXT or Tomorrow by Together, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah,
be that guy.
Give them a chance.
Don't crush someone else's dreams. Come on.
Share the love.
I'm
Be a great
personally,
person.
we don't know when they're gonna come out or anything, but I'm personally really excited for this.
Think about all the money that went into making this group. There's
Yeah,
no
I
way.
know.
There's no way. It's just gonna look at NCT, who's just a fuck ton of money just dancing around. This is gonna be great. I'm excited.
Also, the fact that they boiled it down to just 5 kids means these 5 kids
Yeah.
must be ridiculous.
Fucking 5
Wow.
kids. That's crazy.
Yeah, but all right. So that's the new Big Hit Boy group. But let's move on to some sadder news. All 4 members of Girls' Day reportedly going separate ways after contract expirations with Dream T Entertainment.
Oh.
It's about time though. They ran their course. But according to reports on January 11th, all 4 of Girls members of Girls' Day will be separating once their contracts expire. Previously, Girls' Day's label confirmed that Sojin decided not to renew her contract, but denied that the group would disband. Industry insiders are saying Harry's contract will expire in August, while Yura and Mina's contracts will expire in September, and none of them plan to renew. And it seems like all of them are going to try to be actresses. But so let's have a retrospective on Girls' Day, right? So they debuted back in 2010 with their first mini album, Girls' Day Party Number 1, and they've been going for 9 years. Impressive. Hats off to Girls' Day. Interesting for me is that they only have 12 music show wins in their history. I felt like they had a lot more hits than just like a lot more hits to justify only 12 awards.
Yeah.
The members, of course, are Sojin, Yura, Mina, and Hedy. And I would say definitely Hedy is the most popular member by far because of her on reality shows such as Real Man and, of course, the Reply series when she was acting on Reply 1988. It made her a superstar. And some of their famous songs were Twinkle, Don't Forget Me, Expect, which is my favorite Girls' Day song, Female President, Something, Darling, Ring My Bell, and I'll Be Yours. Wait, I always get Expect and Something mixed up. Let me tell you which was actually my favorite.
Is it actually your favorite? If you
No,
don't remember
it's something.
the title,
It's something.
Something.
Something I
Something
think
was big.
something
was
I
big,
think is
yeah.
the sexiest K-pop female group song ever, in my humble opinion.
Alright, that's a hot take right there. Something.
No,
the
it is.
hottest.
Are you kidding me? It is. It is ridiculous. But yeah, so Warren, what are your lasting thoughts on Girls' Day?
So, I mean, Girls' Day was really big when I wasn't listening to K-pop for a while, right? Like, they kind of debuted when I still was in, but they debuted around, they became big around, like, what, 2012, 2013?
Yeah, that was about their peak.
Yeah, and they were kind of popular until, like, 2015-ish, which is when I started getting back into stuff. So I was like, I kind of have, like, an outsider opinion on Girls' Day. They're great, they're fine. Their individual brand value is much higher than Girls' Day, and that's why I honestly think it's better for them to disband.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think specifically, like, Hedy has humongous value, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what will happen with the other 3 members because Yura was really popular for a while back when she was on We Got Married. And Mina was just kind of popular, like, in general, and Sojin, I would say, was kind of the least, I think, objectively the least popular member out of the 4. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens with all of them once they do their own thing and try to make their way into the acting world, because we all know Iheri's going to be fine. She's on a TV show that I really like right now, Amazing Saturday. I think that's a great show. But for me, I really thought that Girls' Day was more successful than they actually were. I don't know why.
I think their songs were just really catchy.
Yeah, right? They had a
surprised.
streak of expect female president, something, and darling. That's an incredible streak. But I'm gonna miss Girls' Day. Like peak Girls' Day, I thought was tremendous. I hold them in the same regards as like Sistar, but at the same time, Sistar was way more successful than them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sistar had 43 music show wins. But I didn't think the gap was that big.
It didn't feel that big.
It didn't feel that big, but apparently it was. But shout out to Girls' Day. Suguasa, you worked hard.
Yeah.
And I will always remember your songs. Because something I'd expect. Woo! Oh, lordy.
What are you doing?
Bro, I'm telling you, it's like the best. It's like, that is
No.
by far the
You
best
didn't say
songs.
best, you said the sexiest.
It is, dude, I'm telling you, go listen to it. Something, the choreography also, what the heck? Like, you can't do that these days. It was the Wild West back then. Let's move on to the Big Bang Seungri and YG Entertainment controversy. So the title of the article is Big Bang Seungri still mistreated by YG, left without backup dancers and stylists to perform on his own.
What?
Rip.
So Seungri has been touring since August 2018 and visited countries all over Asia for his debut solo tour, The Great Seungri. Last night, let me say what night specifically that was. So 4 days ago. So somewhere last weekend around like the 12th or the 13th, he left many of his fans shocked and outraged because he admitted, like he literally said this on the mic, that while he was rehearsing, YG called him up and said since he's the Great Seungri, he doesn't need any backup dancers and told him to perform alone. Yeah.
Damn.
What?
Later, it turned out that all the Seungri stylists were sent by YG to work with Blackpink, while he was left with no stylist, no band, and only 2 other dancers, backup dancers.
What?
Okay, I don't know if I should be happy that he got 2 or like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
It's like meanwhile Big Bang is known as the biggest moneymaker in the history of YG, and it's like really the group that solidified the company as a big 3 group. I mean a big 3 company. Super controversial.
I mean, let's be honest here, right? YG's not really doing hot nowadays. Between the big 3,
Nah.
they're the weakest.
It has like, I don't know what's up with YG lately. After Mix 9 failed, the ridiculous handling of Blackpink not giving them comebacks, the way they ignore like Seungri and Icon and Winner, right? It's like it's just problematic. And it seems like for me that YG is completely focused on making Blackpink the female equivalent to BTS in the West.
I mean,
But at what cost?
It's definitely at what cost.
Yes.
And I would think after all of what Big Bang has done for the company, like they were going to disband Big Bang at one point, but he convinced them all to stay, right? Begged them to stay.
yeah.
That, I don't know. Also, another person, like, I would say definitely mistreated 21 at the end of their run. And
Yep.
Ihai has been stuck in the basement for a while. Like,
Where is she?
All right, Iha is around.
We don't know.
it seems like other than like Blackpink and then Akdong when they're at full strength, it's like they've been ignoring a lot of the company. It just seems like YG in general is like slipping up over the last year and a half.
This is a
I don't
mess.
know. I just think, yeah, because like it was really like a big 3, right? It was SM, JYP, YG. I won't say what order I thought they were in, but now that Big Hit is around, it seems like the other SM and JYP are like, oh, that's interesting, more big players at the table. But it seems like YG as a company has just panicked and done completely the wrong things over like the last year.
I don't know. I don't know if they panicked because of Big Hit, right? But like, regardless, like this is like just downhill after downhill. Like, come on.
I just feel like really terrible for Seungri because it's like, man, he's hustled for that company. He's one of the few idols that supports his Hube or like younger groups in his company as well. Like actively. He talks about, it's like, yo, go listen to this Icon song. Yo, Blackpink's coming out with a new song. Listen to that. and he's given like everything to that company, and to get this kind of treatment is just so disrespectful.
Not fair.
Like I get if he got some shade, but the fact that he felt it was so bad that he had to say it at a concert means it's bad, right?
Imagine if you went to go see this concert, right? And like the whole it's like a tour, right? So it's got to be big.
Yeah, and there's just 2 backup dancers, no band, and he even like says at one point like, "Yo, they're mistreating me." I would feel terrible.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck do I do? Like
my
he's
heart
a
would
part
be
of broken if I was a fan. Like
he and Big Bang are like legends in the industry, and I think legends should be
course.
treated with a level of respect, regardless of how popular they are at the moment or not. But we'll have to see, because YG definitely, out of all the big companies, has been trending downward more than the other ones. All right, let's move on to more happy news and a big company that's doing the right things. So JYP new girl group. So they've confirmed a couple things. The first thing, JYP Entertainment's new girl group reportedly to have filmed their music video already.
Oh wow.
So on the 14th, they confirmed the new girl group has filmed their music video. They are preparing hard, and it's unconfirmed when they will debut. But the way they're messaging it, it means that they're definitely going to do it soon, right? Because they already filmed it.
Yeah.
So there's no confirmation on when or who will be part of the new groups, but many fans are guessing that it includes Lee Chae-ryung, who was on 16. 16, right? Yeah. And she's the sister of Lee Chae-yeon from IZ*ONE. Shin Ryujin, who was a standout from Mix 9, and Hwang Ye-ji, who's a monster talent, and she's been recently on The Fan. Additionally, okay, so we reported last month in December that we thought it was ITZY, ITZY was the name of the group, but people now think it's a different name. So it's DENIMALZ. Denimals? I don't know.
Denimals? What?
I first thought it was like, first I thought it was like them animals or something. But I don't know.
No,
but that's another copyright they took out. And people think ITZY is the name of the Japanese group that they're rumored to be coming out with later this year.
That's a stupid Japanese name. Japanese people would have trouble pronouncing that.
But like Denimals, I need some explanation, JYP.
That's like the yogurt.
Help a brother, But like JYP's gotta help a homie out here, because I have no clue what Denimals is.
Maybe they're gonna be wearing denim jackets or something, you know.
I hope not.
No.
But one thing's for sure, they have monster talents in that group.
You know, I don't think we should expect this to drop anytime soon, though. Like,
I don't. Well, how long do you think they could sit on a music video?
Like a year and a half or something. I don't know.
Really?
That's so long.
Guys, come on. Twice the Twice recently dropped their Japanese version of Likey music video, right?
Here's another thing though.
They've been sitting on that for a year, 3 months.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's another I don't know if the hot take, but my opinion. So Shin Ryujin and Hwang Ye-ji are girl crush type of talents. Like they're more powerful. Instead of shifting twice onto more girl crush stuff, I think that this new girl group will just be that.
I can see that.
I don't think they're gonna shift twice into a different direction. They're just way too successful with what they're doing right now. And that might be the right move, because then there's no overlapping between the groups.
Yeah, that's a good idea, to be honest. That's kind of what they did with Miss A with Wonder Girls, and it kind of worked for a while. So
yeah, so that might be one thing going forward. But I'm super hype about this, because JYP, they've been managing their groups great the last couple of years.
Good job, JYP.
All right, so the next.
Holy shit.
The next news, we got some Produce X news. So Produce X is going to be the fourth season of Produce 101 in Korea. So it's rumored to have 7-year contracts for the winners.
What?
So sort of like what happened with From S9, where they're just going to be like a permanent group.
Wow.
There's no confirmed reports, but the rumors are that it will be 7 years. So it'll be like an actual group, not a temporary group. Now, I went through the comments and what people were feeling about it. If this is true, there's only a couple possible scenarios. Number one, no one is an active idol in a current group, right? That would have to be the case. Number two, they would promote for 7 years under some combination of Mnet, swing, and off the record. like sort of what IZ*ONE is doing or From Us 9 is doing on like a permanent basis like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, maybe this news kind of makes sense because it would mean that all the trainees would have to be like, or a good portion of them would be individual trainees like from idol school.
Yeah, that's the only way it would work
Yeah.
with the contract.
But I'm kind of down for that.
We'll see.
Because as an IZ*ONE fan, I know 2.5 years is a long time and I'm happy we're getting that time, but for it to be longer would make me happy. So this is kind of the answer to.
For the fans.
It's a risky move though, because like if the show doesn't do well, like I mean I'm sure it will, but like
I'm sure it will. I'm already hyped.
They're
for it.
riding on a lot.
But all right, so those were the main news things, but I got some more like hot take news articles real quick. So the first one, yesterday, copyright trolls were taking down some of K-pop's biggest music videos on YouTube. Now, this is not a reflection on the K-pop industry or like copyright issues. It's more just issues with YouTube as a platform. So some music videos that got taken down for copyright infringement apparently were Likey, Like Uahage, Yes or Yes. BTS was also affected with V's solo Singularity vanishing. Other things were Jenny Solo, Psy's New Face, Big Bang's Flower Road. So humongous songs. And the reasoning for all this was an Indian company named, I think it's Aplex Software Private Limited, has been known to be a copyright troll. So they just fire out all of these copyright claims, and it seemed to work yesterday, but it was eventually reversed. But still problematic, though, right? The fact that a random company can like get these music videos taken down.
it's a huge issue because especially for YouTubers and content producers, and this kind of includes us. Like, they could honestly record our video and then put that up, and then like they could be like, "Yo, SojuTalk is." Like parroting our shit. Like YouTube is fucked up sometimes.
Especially because they're like a large company, and like for us, we're a small company. They could claim to have ownership, and it's more believable that they have ownership than us, right? On a first glance. All right, well that was that. I think it was more like a temporary thing, and I'm sure it'll be fixed. I don't know if the whole issue will be fixed, but this isolated incident has definitely been resolved.
The isolated incident's been solved, but the issue in hand has been an issue for like the past like 2 or 3 years now. So it's a fucking mess. Let's move on.
Next one's surprising news. Hyuna and E'Dawn will begin looking for separate agencies.
Huh?
So insiders say that the two stars were recently seen getting in contact with various agencies, and it was reported that the two are currently looking for separate agencies. At first, it seemed likely that they would sign with one agency together, but with long-term developments in mind, they have decided to look for separate management. And if I'm E'Dawn, I'm pooing my pants. Because I personally feel that his success is solely tied with his association with Hyuna at this point.
Dang.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, think about it. Like, it's gonna be hella awkward if you guys break up. Like,
if they break up, I think he's like done.
Oh my god.
Are they gonna have to be like a window couple for a while? Like,
I mean, like he took a huge risk of dating her in general.
That's true.
And then leaving the company or getting kicked out, whatever the truth actually is. But if like Hyuna as herself is an established brand, right? She's a commodity. People want that. E'Dawn is still relatively, although people know who he is, there's not much of a huge track record of success, right? And I feel that if they break up, like Hyuna will be fine because she's a phenomenon by herself. But I'm worried about him if they break up.
Yeah.
I mean, is Hyuna even gonna be fine? Like with all this image consumption, like that's.
I mean, if she just signs with AOMG like we want to happen, she'll be fine.
Let's go, J Park and Hyuna
doesn't it make so much sense though, right? I don't know. But next one, kind of sad news. So Stellar, which was a former group, members earned less than $10,000 over their 7 years.
What?
Yeah, so Minhee, former members, posted a Q&A video with Gayoung on her YouTube channel. She's YouTubing now, answering various questions. And she said that the girls in the span of 7 years made less than 10 million won each, which is about $10,000 US.
Sad.
That's so sad.
That's sad. And honestly, Stellar wasn't super popular, but everyone knew who Stellar was. They were that group who did the sexy concepts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole different discussion of whether that was appropriate or not. But the fact that a group that everyone knew about only made $10,000 over 7 years really points to the fact that unless you're really at the top of the K-pop world, you ain't making that much money.
Yeah.
For instance, Uju Sonyo still hasn't got out of debt with Starship yet. They're not making like tangible money yet.
Wait, really?
Wow.
How do you know that?
They admitted that last year.
Okay.
XC said it.
Okay. Stellar in specific is at an interesting position, right? Because their company kind of blew up, and all their fans were like, "Yo, like our company does a horrible job." My guess, right? Just I'm putting on a bit of a tinfoil hat here, but my guess is that the company didn't really do a good job of like managing money to begin with, and like
Of course.
Management.
yeah.
Yeah, their whole like legacy is like mismanagement and maybe forcing concepts on the artist that they don't really want to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like over 7 years, imagine only getting paid $10,000. You can't live off of that. That's impossible.
Weren't they?
But
Weren't they on TV for a while as like the one girl group who like does like part-time job on the side and stuff?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
them too. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we often forget because like in the American music scene, if you're relatively successful, you got enough money to be comfortable forever. Like you have one decent song, you good. But in Korea, it's like unless you're at the top, you ain't making a lot of money. And I think sometimes we forget that as fans. All right, last one. This is also ridiculous. So, Ministry of Education in Korea cancels the degrees of Dujun, Junhyung, Higwan, Hyunsung, Sungjae, Eungwan, and Cha Chugayol.
What?
So the university they went to, Dongshin University, has been found guilty of giving preferential treatments to those idols.
Oh my gosh.
Rip.
What?
Essentially, the university admitted that the celebrity students were marked as being present even though they were not in class and were taking part in broadcast activities.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, everyone, it was one of those things where everyone kind of knew that these idols who were quote unquote in college weren't actually going all the time. But like these kind of incidents have been coming up lately. You remember it happened with CM Blue's Younghwa last year as well. But it's embarrassing in general.
Yeah.
It's basically like, all right, so the school admitted that we just helped you out and you didn't even go to school, but we still gave you a degree because it made us look
What a mess.
problematic. But that kind of wraps up all the main news this week. In terms of upcoming releases, in terms of K-pop next week, there's only 2. Next Monday, we got 17 coming back, and we have the debut of Cherry Bullet out of FNC.
Cherry Bullet. Is that another rock band? Since it's from
No.
FNC?
That's the one with Park Hae-yoon.
Oh.
Oh.
It's
Now I'm
her group.
excited.
Yeah, dude.
Now my eyes are just lit up, and we're ready.
And it's
I'm ready to
FNC,
talk.
so you know they're gonna be decently fun.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited for that. But does anyone else have anything else? I know Warren wants you to listen to Ding.
Come on, let's go.
All right, but I'm just gonna end it there. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me, and you could always download our. Well, if you're listening, maybe you're listening on YouTube. Maybe you should go download it because you could do it all that way. But definitely give us feedback at SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com. We appreciate all the support you guys given us, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.